I do roll a bit.
know this fact about me? I never really wanted to brag about it, but
Are we starting?
I don't know. No, we didn't start.
Oh,
He didn't intro.
And we didn't.
Yeah, he ain't intro nothing.
We didn't clap or nothing.
I clapped.
Oh,
he clapped.
Oh, we can start over.
This is just gonna be like the, you know how he does that thing where he edits like us messing up in the beginning a little bit, and then like it goes into. That's all this is gonna be.
Yeah.
All right, here you go.
No, I was just talking about this fun. There's this fun fact about me. I don't like to brag about it.
Who are you?
But
yeah, who are you?
You know Bruno Mars?
Who are you?
I'm AJ, and to my left I have D'Angelo.
No, I say my name. That's the way you do it.
You guys threw me off my rhythm. I had a whole story to tell.
To the left is your boy. It's your boy D-Lo. You already know.
He's so upset.
And then all the way to the right we have
Divine. All right.
And this is Squad Goals podcast. I'm not gonna.
You like Bruno Mars?
Thank you for tuning in for episode 5 of the Squad Goals podcast.
So Bruno Mars is your hero.
The whole bit's ruined. I was gonna say a fun fact about my life that you guys don't know is Bruno Mars dedicated a verse to me in one of his songs.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What is it?
If you go to 24 Karat Magic, the whole second verse is about me. But
wait. What's the second verse?
He I don't know. Look it
Guess
up.
Who's back again? No, that's the first verse.
Look it up on your own time.
Hold on, I know this.
Look it up on your own time. I just wanted to tell you he dedicated a verse to me specifically. It is very blatantly he mentions me. However, we already did the introduction to Squackles podcast.
No, I don't like that. What is the second verse?
You can look it up on your own time when you get home.
Did you
players only?
No.
Did you guys hear there was some people was mad at his album for cultural appropriation.
Yeah.
And
what did he appropriate?
They're saying that he's bringing like that Motown like soul music, and I'm like, you're not black, but he's like Filipino, right?
What is he?
In Spanish.
I've never actually thought about what
Filipino
Bruno Mars
Spanish?
He's Filipino and Spanish, yeah.
Is he?
And you know what? At first, I was just kind of like,
he can sing. Like
I was just kind of like, whatever. Like, who cares? Like, to some degree. But then I listened to the album, and like, it's like 6 or 7 songs where it's like really blatant.
But that's his flavor, though. Like, ain't
like
nobody.
Every song is like that.
But
like,
I would get it if that was the sound that's hot right now. Like that sound was hot.
Not just with the sound though. I mean, the sound is one thing. But more so like the subject matter too. Is like you got the put a perm on your attitude. That song.
But that's still going with the same.
I said Isha's, all these Isha's on me. Like every song hits some kind of.
If everyone was doing that, yeah, I would agree. But he's the one that's bringing it back.
Yeah,
he's the only one bringing that Motown flavor.
He's an old school soul. Like, yeah, he's talking about perms because back in the day, that's what
the whole album.
Yeah, like that's the whole motif he's going for. That's Bruno. If that was hot right now, I'd be like, yeah, he's culturally appropriating. But like. Who's he culturally appropriating?
If Motown was like in right now, and then he like,
I
jumped on the Motown wagon.
If Bruno Mars came out with like tattoos and like skinny jeans, and he's drinking a double cup, and he gets dreads, and he's out here starts mumbling, put your
I'm the person. I'm the person to be like,
and then like he got ad-libs like, mama, yeah, huh, put it to the mama, huh. Then I'd be like, all right, Bruno is doing too much.
I'm the person to be like, yo, some people are too quick to complain or whatever. However, I don't know. Listening to the album, I feel like it was like
Bruno's just trying to get your
many times, and on like every song on that album, he's mentioning something that is.
He's just
like,
trying to get a bunch of grandmas to shake their tail feather, and get it loose. You know, shake it loose like a Lucy. You feel me?
Nah.
Like the last.
So you don't think
shake
he
it like
should
the
be...
last cigarette?
I think those people weren't necessarily putting out those as examples. But if you listen to the record and you hear like every song, you'll find something in every song where you're just like, oh, okay, again.
But like, what else is he's in
he's
in the throwback hip hop genre. There's nothing else for him to talk about.
If he's throwing back and he's like.
Ain't no throwback hip hop. It's more like a G funk type of thing that he's bringing back. But I'm not talking about the sound of the music. I'm talking about more so like.
But the material matches the sound of it.
I don't know.
He's talking about.
I don't know. I'm not a hater or anything like that. I'm just saying.
He's just acting as if he was still alive in the 70s and he was out here popping. He'd be out here doing this thing.
Nah, because it's very like the what he's talking about is things that are today. It's very to today. It's not like
he
he's
has
like,
to make it.
Yeah,
he's not trying to make. He's still trying to connect.
Hey,
it to the old.
This song came from. I found this song. It's from the 1970s. Like
it's like, don't you hate it when you run out of 50 cents and you can't fill up your wagon, and then you just sit there like, what the fuck is Bruno talking about now? Like, you're not
everybody in the disco.
No.
What y'all trying to do?
Well, we'll listen to the record and I'll show you.
All right, I'm gonna have to listen to this. I'm
not a Bruno hater. I'm gonna say that.
Bruno's just.
But I kind of at first I'm just saying at first I was like, you know what, these people are complaining, but then I'm like, okay, maybe there's a little bit to it. But yeah,
we gotta listen to it.
Yeah, I'm not informed on this controversy, this Bruno Mars controversy.
It's old.
I still not.
I just feel like Bruno Mars is doing this thing. Keep doing your thing, Bruno.
Yeah, I think Bruno Mars is a refreshing flavor to the music industry on the top 40. Yes.
Back when you were doing somebody that you used to love, what's the name of that song?
Somebody you that's Go TA.
That's Go TA. When I Was Your Man.
When I Was Your Man.
When he was your man making y'all cry, y'all didn't care. But as soon as he starts telling you to put your pinky rings up, they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
When he said he wanted to fuck a gorilla or something. What was that song about?
They're going to bang bang like gorillas.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Huh?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. And then he had his grenade in. I catch a grenade for you.
He ain't catching no grenade.
And then that song with B.O.B.
Oh, that was what put him on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the big joke.
You want to be a millionaire, so
y'all love the things I never had. Copyright.
What up, Oprah?
Shout out to Oprah.
Yes, I'm not a hater.
Yo, shout out to Travi. He killed that track, too. No, that was Travi, not B.O.B. B.O.B. did it, Cause You're Amazing.
Are you sure?
No.
I think you might have that flipped.
No. Travi McCoy from Gym Class Heroes did I Want to Be a Millionaire with Bruno Mars.
Is it millionaire or billionaire?
Billionaire. So fucking bad. And then...
Not on the radio. It was like flipping.
Then with B.O.B., he did the... I've been on the carousel trying to catch them. I see your name on airplanes and trains and...
Automobiles.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know which one you're
What
talking
song
about.
is that?
I don't know off the top of my head. That was
like you're like a Nintendo 64. I don't remember. You Google it.
Google it. They know.
I feel like newer Bruno. I like him better than older.
I like the sound. Don't get me wrong. I like the sound. It's just
older Bruno is very sensitive. Newer Bruno is very pimpalicious.
He was doing that romantic heartbreak. Like he was trying to be the guy Adele.
Yeah, he was yearning. He was like, I miss you, girl. I love you, girl. I'm always thinking about you. And then
what was the music video for Grenade?
It was like him carrying a piano across the street, and then he gets hit by the train.
Well,
and then he catches a grenade.
That's funny because the other day I was driving down the street and I saw a truck for the most specific company I've ever seen, and it was a piano moving company, and all they did was move pianos. I was trying to set up that segue.
He should have called them.
How do you think pianos?
He should have called them and let them take the L.
I took a picture of it. I'll show it. But all they do is move pianos. They're like, we move pianos.
How do you think
that's the name of the business.
There? How do you think pianos get places?
They don't move anything else. Like if I'm like, hey, I have a sofa. Nope.
No. Does it have keys on it?
88 to be exact. No. Never mind.
Hey, can you grab my keyboard? No, that's not a piano.
When we brought up Grenade, I was just waiting to talk about the music video.
That was a good transition.
I had that segue,
No, it's not a good segue because he forced it. He was like, so
what
was he pulling in that music video? That's not organic at all.
It's not, but he has something already. So I'll give you that.
And this episode is sponsored by Piano Moving.
P for piano. Just have Dracula, right? What was his name? Countula?
Count?
The Count?
Count?
What's his name? The Count?
Who we talking about?
On Sesame Street.
It was the Count, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
one, a two.
But his name was just the Count?
That's the Tootsie Pop commercial.
His name was just the Count? Like it didn't have any other like flavor or flair?
You got a lot of like baby pictures on your phone.
I thought you were the Sesame Street guy.
Do I need to call somebody? There's a lot of young children.
Well, I need you to. I'm probably gonna have to cut that because that's supposed to be a surprise.
Well, now it's just gonna look weird that you cut that.
I'll make it work. But what's the Count's name?
The Count.
I just know the Count.
I think his name.
But his name's like Count.
Countula. Count a lot.
Countula. That's good.
I'm pretty sure it's just the Count.
Are we sure?
Yeah.
Like that doesn't. Count Von Count.
Count Von Count.
Count Von Count.
That's what it was.
I don't like that.
I don't either.
Count Von Count.
They could have came with a better.
Yeah, I like Count Von Count.
I wasn't really big into Sesame Street though.
Really?
No.
Sunny days.
Run away. There's a place where the sun is right. Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? Can you show me how?
Did you see they introduced the first homeless Muppet?
Hey guys,
but
you got me change.
But what's Oscar?
He has a home.
He's in the trash.
It's just a trash can. It's a home.
He's
though.
like Forky.
I live here.
Okay, that's a good comparison.
Spoiler alert.
That was a good comparison. We keep on hitting the mics. I'm sorry. We're very passionate about Sesame Street.
Sesame Street shaped me as a child.
Yeah, they've been introducing a lot. They introduced the first homeless Muppet, the first HIV positive Muppet.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
But how do you explain to the kids how they got it?
I think from birth. For like the kids who were born with HIV.
That's good.
They have someone to relate to.
I thought it was just like a real like.
Yeah, the Muppets are getting
like it's
nasty.
Like it was like a grown up looking Muppet, and she's just like, "Hey guys, like stay away from her."
Is there a monkey Muppet?
That's positive, Patricia.
Woof.
A what? Muppet.
Woof.
What kind of Muppet did he say?
A monkey Muppet.
A monkey Muppet.
You know, to have sex with a human Muppet, and then they contract the
Mute his mic before we.
It's getting controversial in here.
Oh my god.
Yo.
Why is that?
Can we talk about
We're talking about Sesame Street, a children's program that has been beloved for 30 plus years. 40 plus years.
It's the quote unquote how we got HIV.
How much longer do you think until we beat AIDS? Cause I mean, Magic Johnson's
Didn't we do it?
Magic Johnson.
Didn't we do it?
Kicking for a while? No.
I think we did.
Yeah, there's
I thought there's like ways you can be living with it, but nothing to beat it.
Nah. First of all, there's been a cure for the longest time, and if you're rich,
hey, the last guy who said that,
yeah,
he didn't last long.
If you're rich, then you can afford it. If not, then.
But I think at this point, it's not even afforded. Maybe like a couple years back, but now it's like I feel like you don't really hear that many people dying of AIDS, and they have a pill that you can take that you won't catch it.
I've never really heard a bunch of people dying of AIDS
recently.
No. I worked at a hospital, and there was
growing,
but that was before like it's become like commonplace for the medicine. It's more recently, like the last 5 years, that it's like you can get it, you'll probably have it for the rest of your life, but you're not gonna die. You just have to make sure you're on that medicine.
Hi, man.
It's very treatable.
No, there's people that say like,
no more consequences.
There's literally, I saw an ad. There's a pill that you can take, and
everything
you won't catch AIDS.
Treatable and
is that
livable
for
with.
Prevention?
Yeah, but then there's a pill that you can like. We pretty much gotten to the point that like,
just go raw, kids.
Yeah. They killed.
It's either treatable or you can live with it.
Enough black people and gay people died from it, so they're just like, all right,
okay, Jesus.
We can expose the pill now.
There's an agenda.
Yeah.
That got deep. We're just gonna let that breathe over.
I want everyone to ponder because it was a very thought-provoking.
That was deep. That was deep. So
I think we talked about it in the podcast before.
We have talked about it. I think on our conspiracy episode.
Yeah, on the conspiracy episode. Yeah.
I had this dream, and I've told D'Angelo about this dream. I've not told you, Devon, about this dream.
Is it about
Young Martin Luther.
You were both in it, but it mostly involved
Oh, okay.
yeah. The big part really involved you.
I don't like that.
We had a huge group. We had not a huge group, but we had like 5 of us. We were filming a project.
So everybody, all of our friends with it.
We were filming a
Us
project.
And more, and we found some more.
Us and 2 other people.
Well, some unknown ones that we've never seen before.
I can bleep the part if you want me to.
Okay.
I don't know why it would be. I don't know if it's a sore spot for you in real life as much as it was in the dream.
I don't feel comfortable.
However, we were filming something we've been working on, so the whole crew that would be involved with that project was there. We're filming. No one cared. No one wanted to work on it. Everyone was just like hanging out, like goofing around. I'm like, hey, can we film this scene? And everyone's like, ugh. I'm like, D'Angelo, like maybe we can get this shot. He's like, we're playing like Switch, or like everyone was just goofing around. And
I was playing Switch.
I think everyone was. Everyone was just like not wanting to, and I'm like, we don't have to do this. I'm not forcing you guys to do this. Like, if you guys don't want to do this, we can just go home. Like, blah, blah. And then, like, you said something smart, and then I said something back, and then you were like, well, why do you got to be, like, such an asshole? And I went, well, at least I have a car. And you had to be held back by 5 people because you're like, you were trying to swing.
First of all, I have a car.
Well, that's what I said.
I have a car.
It just doesn't work.
It just doesn't work at the moment.
He said that was your response.
Yeah, I have a car. It just doesn't work at the moment.
Because I said, I don't know how he's going to react. I'm like, I feel like I'm going to tell it on the podcast, and he's just going to, like, knock me.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, he's got a
My favorite part, though, is, like, I feel like that's something that he has within him, like in his subconscious mind.
But he's got a car.
Bro.
No, for you to say, that's how you feel.
That's in your heart, bro. Is that how you feel about me, bro?
That's how you feel.
5 people had to hold you back. 5
You know
people.
what? I'm finna buy me a new car next week and just fucking stun on you.
It was like,
Fuck
I
you.
threw.
Fuck you. I got money. I'm finna go buy me a new
If I
car
said, like,
next
the
week.
Yo, he really felt that, and he was holding it in. He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, well you think that about me?"
Yeah.
But it didn't even apply.
Wow.
It wasn't like,
Nah, it wasn't.
well, you could go drive home.
That's
like,
the
well,
best
yeah,
part.
at least I got a car. Like, it was just,
Wow.
It
why
wasn't
are
relevant.
you an asshole?
Yeah.
Well, at least I got a car.
Wow.
And it was just like,
And that's how he really feels.
That's how you really feel.
and like 5 people had to hold you back because you were that angry that you were like, I'm gonna like effing kill him. Like, and everyone's holding you back, and you're like, let go of me. And I was like, whoa. Like,
That's how you knock him out right
and
now.
I woke up and I was
Alrighty.
like, that, like, he has a car. That was my first thought. I was like, it just doesn't work.
Why'd you think that, AJ?
I don't know.
That's fucked up.
It wasn't like even that big of an insult.
I thought
It
we
was
were
like-
friends.
It was almost like if you didn't have like,
Now I feel like if we go out somewhere and like you see me out and like say some big YouTube people are like rubbing elbows with me like, Devon, yeah, I see you on the podcast, you're really killing it. You're just gonna walk up. He doesn't even have a car.
Well, you rubbing elbows with him.
We drove him here.
Rub-
Hey, why don't you ask him for a ride?
but it was like
You know,
on.
I'm just
Oh
gonna
wait, you
sit-
can't
I'm just gonna be
because he doesn't
sitting.
have a
I'm just
car.
gonna be sitting here like, wow, okay.
It
fuck
was
you.
like on par with if like you didn't have a parent. I'm like, well, at least I have a mom. And
yeah,
it's
like we kind of shit is that.
that's how like angry you got. Like, what did you say? Like, you know, like what happened? And it's just
You
like,
know what happened. You know what? She died in my car. That's why I have neither. They died in a huge car accident in my car. Oh my god.
and I think we're glossing over the fact
I
that
knocked
like
on wood. I'm sorry.
you
Mom,
guys are
no.
more angry or like bringing up the car thing, but like none of you were cooperating. You were just the most like
Yeah, but
angry.
why'd you have to aim at me?
because
What?
you aimed at me first. You're like, why do you have to be such an asshole? And I was like,
But that's your subconscious fighting with you. Your subconscious Devon is fighting your subconscious AJ, and your subconscious AJ was like, bet. I know how I'm gonna shut you up.
and that was something that he had within him.
And
is
then
what
your
I'm saying.
subconscious was like, that hurt him so much that
Yeah.
he got furious.
Yeah.
But I don't-
This is
So
how.
in
This
your-
is how he would react.
I don't-
When I say
In your
this situation.
brain, you just like, I fucking destroyed that
I
kid.
don't think less of anyone that doesn't have a
He
car.
just dropped. He
That's
just
fucked
dropped a
up.
nuke on you.
I
That's
don't
fucked
think
up.
like anyone that doesn't have a car is like in this bad place. Like
yeah, sure
if
you
you
don't.
lived in
Sure
your
you
car, maybe I
Wow.
might look a little bit. But I was like,
Well, at least they have a
Wow.
home, not a car.
yeah. I don't
That's
know.
how you
It
feel.
It was just such a weird dream that I was
That's all
like,
right. That's all right. One day the tables are gonna turn, and you're not gonna have a fucking car, and I'm gonna dream about it.
Well, his car is.
It's on the way out.
it's not.
Somewhat.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's
I
on
was
the
sitting
way
on the
out.
passenger side, and yeah, I just had
He has to
water all
slap
over my
the
shoes.
AC.
Water spilled all over
I
my
have
shoes.
an AC problem. That's it. That's the main issue.
In Florida,
In
that's
Florida,
that's a
the
big issue. That's an
It's not
emergency.
that bad.
That's the
it
issue.
helps you grow character too, and I can easily, if I wanted to, I can just get the fan fixed. I know what
My
the
shoes
problem
are so
is.
wet.
Just sopping.
And it doesn't do that anymore. I have to
They're
like
soft.
peel back the rug on the passenger side, take the hose that
Yeah,
goes to the
and
AC,
take it.
unplug it, funnel the hose into some like a bucket, dump the bucket.
Is
put
your
it back, and
heater
it's
the
fine.
heater that dripped? The water from the heater?
Is it? I don't know where it came from.
That sounds like your flux capacitor is,
I don't know.
is attached to your nitrous intake, and that's
Oh.
messing up your turbo.
It's the plutonium.
Yeah, saw that that uranium you're using, and that you shouldn't be using that.
I,
Is that Soviet plutonium you have in there in your car?
I can't talk about it because I built them a fake bomb.
Well, you just talked about it.
You just did it.
That's what he says in the movie. That's what he says in the movie. They hired me to build a bomb, and I gave them some.
I just threw a toaster in a box.
Yeah, that's the kind of what he. I used some parts from a clock and gave it to him. So
We gotta get out of here.
I had this.
Come on, Morty.
Come on, Morty.
Have you seen the season 4 yet of Rick and Morty?
No.
Oh.
Is that what it's based off of? Loosely?
Yes.
Very loosely. Yeah.
Very loosely.
It's
It's like if it was a drunk Doc Brown.
yeah. Because essentially it's just a kid hanging out with this old man, and they never explain how they know
And
each
he has
other.
like a high pitched voice. It's his grandfather.
No, it's not. He's just a guy.
Morty?
Even his Morty, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Back to the Future is
Yeah.
just a random guy.
Yeah, they just show him hanging out with this weird
They
scientist.
never explain it.
They're just like, oh,
Even his-
I gotta meet him in the parking lot.
Yeah, even his parents were like, "You're still hanging out with that kook."
With little crazy Doc Brown.
You should see season 4 of Rick and Morty. It's pretty good.
Was it better than Back to the Future 2? Goes West?
That's 3.
Is that 3? Back to the Future 3 going west?
I've never seen part 3.
It's the weakest of the 3.
What? They have to get a train to go.
They do have to get a train to go
That's
because they ran out of gas.
Yeah.
The problem wasn't they needed plutonium or an
They just
electric.
ran out of gas.
They figured that, but they're in the Old West and there's no gas stations.
Yeah.
And the car needs to go 88 miles an hour
Yeah.
for it to work.
They're like, fuck.
But there's no gas. They have the electricity part figured out. Like, that's all good. It's just
Damn it.
we need the car.
Nobody thought of gas? Come on, fucking Morty. What's his name?
Well, that's what he even says. He's like, you didn't fill up the tank before you.
Marty? Marty
Marty.
McFly.
Marty.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Morty and Marty. I see.
Yeah.
I see what they did.
Rick and Doc.
I see what they did.
You should see season 4. I wanted to talk about it.
Wow. Way to make this awkward. Have you seen C
I've
starring
seen it.
Jason Momoa?
No.
Oh, because I wanted to talk about it.
I also don't have Apple Plus because I have nothing to watch it on.
Oh, but the funny thing is, there's nothing to watch on there. So
except for C, which is the only thing I've watched on the Apple TV.
Is it?
out of
It's a
Nintendo.
movie where they're all or a show where
show.
they're all blind, right?
Except for the 2 newest children and their father, who's going around village to village, seeing babies.
How do they know the new children aren't blind?
Well, the village didn't, but the parents, they pick up like they're able to identify shit without like bumping into things. And like they were asking like, hey,
do they not believe them?
they said like, oh, the son has a brother that comes out at night, and then Jason Momoa was like, oh shit, that kid can see.
But how do they know the kid's not making stuff up?
Cause what?
They don't know the moon.
Because they do know, like the older ones, it's generations of humans that have like the sense of sight.
Why did they lose?
Was swept out. I don't know, some kind of apocalyptic shutdown. I don't know.
But apocalyptic like that.
Didn't you watch the show?
I watched the
movie?
show. It was a good show.
How do they lose their sense of sight?
It starts off with them not having sight.
They never mention it.
There's like they explain that generations ago they had sight, they had books, it was regular Earth, but now it's not.
You know what they should have done, but I feel like they didn't have the balls to do it.
What?
Film the entire the entire show is just a black screen, and it's just audio, and it's
Yeah.
like a
You can't see just like them.
Oh, that would be crazy.
hey, I can't, I don't know where.
That'd be crazy.
That's dope.
Like make it a podcast. That's what they should have done.
And, no, they should have went even harder.
And at the end, they see.
Yeah, like maybe the last shot. You after 7 episodes.
It's first person, but it goes through each. it goes to,
How do you know?
it goes to each character you don't know.
It would make a difference.
Until it reaches the ones who can see, and then
Oh!
you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, it'll say like chapter 1, like Tiffany.
Yeah.
Chapter 2, like Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming
Yeah.
that's just his name in
Yeah.
the show.
No, it's Papa Voss.
Oh,
Papa
Papa Voss.
Voss.
Yeah, Papa Voss.
Is that one word?
It's
One name?
it means daddy water in
Oh, okay.
in their language.
I think that,
See?
that
The ceiling.
isn't that what it means for us?
Yeah,
Papa and I guess Voss water.
that's what I came up with.
So you watched the entire season.
Yeah, it's only like 6-7 episodes.
What
but
else do they have on Apple Plus? Is your Apple Plus review? Because once again, I don't own any Apple products
The
really, so I
Neighborhood?
can't watch it.
The Neighborhood, starring Cedric the Entertainer, and that one dude that played Schmidt in New Girl. I don't know his name.
I don't know. I
The
never
white
watched New
guy.
Girl.
You never watched New
No.
Girl? You have Netflix. How have you never seen New Girl?
I mean,
Or Hulu.
there's a lot I haven't seen on Netflix and Hulu.
Who's that girl?
I
It's Jess.
hear it's good. I've never seen How I Met Your Mother, which I hear is really good.
Oh,
That's
no,
Zoe
don't-
Deschanel, right?
Don't get stuck in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
don't get stuck in it.
Don't get stuck in How I Met Your
I
Mother.
know how it ends.
It loses its zest. And like for a while now, you start to get like the kids. You're like, why are we still explaining the same story of How I Met Your Mother? Because like he sits down with the kids,
Yeah,
and he goes and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
each
yeah.
episode is a story. But I'm like, if
I
this was my father, this would have to end a while ago.
I had an idea for how that show should have ended. I've also never seen an episode, so I didn't know if it would fit.
Did it end with meeting the mother?
Kind of like I wanted it where like yeah, he's telling his kids the story, and literally the last episode, like the last 10 seconds, a random character that you've never met, and she's like, "Hey, I'm like
Yeah.
Ashley," and he's like, "That's how I met your mother," and he's like gone on this
That's-
6-season
That's
thing.
basically.
But I hear she's in it more.
That's
I know.
basically what it is. You're like, oh my god, that's gonna be it, and then he's like, that's your aunt, and you're like,
Wow.
I've watched her for 2 seasons, and you're telling me she's just a friend? And then he's like, all right, here we go. Here's another love interest, and then he goes back to the other love interest. It's like, no, you told me season 1, that's the aunt. What are you doing going back? Now you're just wasting my time. Now
So
the illusion is gone.
did How I Met Your Mother just rip off one of the greatest movies of all time? Definitely, maybe.
Definitely, maybe.
Where a
Is my
dad
answer to
tells his child how he met his mother, but the twist is he gives 3 options. 3 women he fucked. One of them.
Which one do you want to be your mother? Ha! Sorry, the wrong one.
That's how it ends. That's how the movie ends. She goes, I really like this one. That's mom. And he goes, no. And they're divorced.
He's like,
So
the
she's
one
like,
you hate the
so
most.
she's like, we got to go find this. You got to be with her. And she like sets him up with the one she liked the most.
He's like, that's who I want
Wow.
to be mom.
Spoiler for
You
a
choose them all.
2004 like Ryan
Yo,
Reynolds rom-com.
I literally had that queued up in my 8-player DVD player.
Speaking of
Why are you,
movies to spoil,
why are you freaking out? With
because
Yeah,
I just
I know,
thought of
right?
something. Have you guys seen the new Doolittle movie?
No, but the
You
trailer
know-
for it?
Dr. Doolittle?
Yeah,
Yes.
with Iron Man?
Yeah. I'm going to spoil it for you.
You've already seen it?
No, but I've heard how it ends. And
No Eddie Murphy?
no, it's Robert Downey Jr. It takes place in the 1800s. I guess is it based off a book because it's supposed to be more accurate to the book. However, the movie ends where he fights a dragon and he realizes something's wrong with the dragon, so he shoves his hand up the dragon's ass and
Of course.
pulls out a pair of bagpipes. Then the dragon farts.
Of course.
In the trailer, you see like wind blowing, and it looks like this epic journey. That's a dragon's fart. And then a polar bear, voiced by John Cena, goes, "Teamwork's gonna make the dream work," and that's how the movie ends. And that is not a lie.
What?
That's just how
Dr. Doolittle pulls a pair of bagpipes out of the dragon's ass. He sticks his hand in.
Of course.
Because he goes, oh,
Does
there's
he
something.
play it? Do they play Johnny Boy in the background?
Does it play as it's coming out?
I haven't seen the movie. I just heard about it.
Johnny Boy, the pipes are singing.
Because I hear the movie. The movie's really bad.
Yeah, obviously.
And I'm also like, what is Robert Downey... Like, this is his first post-Marvel movie. He has not done another movie...
Well, Iron Man is...
Since, I think, 2012. He has only done Marvel movies.
You either die on top or you live long enough to drop all the way to Dr. Dolittle. Not even Dr. Dolittle, it's just Dolittle. He didn't even get a PhD.
Remember when we were talking about he's going to just remake every Eddie Murphy movie?
The Nutty Professor.
And he's going to do a Coming to America, but he like came from South Africa.
Well, he wouldn't be a professor because he's not a professional. So it'd be like the nutty man.
The nutty...
Human.
The nutty superhero.
I'm trying to...
Just a Iron Man Nutty Professor spoof. Where he tries to get like superpowers because he's tired of everybody saying he's not a real superhero because he has to rely on his suit. He drinks the magic potion and then he becomes...
I don't know if that sounds really bad or really good.
And then he becomes the nutty superhero who goes around and is like, what was that one blue wacky superhero type thing? It's like Q. He had a Q on his chest. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Q or Z? You know what I'm talking about? He had the black hair, like blue skin, and then like red shirt with it.
Freakazoid.
Yeah.
Oh, run around in underpants.
Yeah, that could be him.
Freakazoid.
He could be Freakazoid.
Yo, that show was great. That show was dope.
Robert Downey Jr.'s last movie that was not a Marvel movie was 2014, The Judge.
Oh, okay. I remember
he made his own production company. That was the first movie they made. He was supposed to make a bunch of movies with him in it, and I feel like it didn't do good, and I feel like the production company went out a bit, like, it kind of disappeared because I don't think he ever made another movie with that production company.
Yeah.
It was called Team Downey, and I think they only made that movie.
They need to redo Freakazoid.
Sorry.
They really washed up, huh?
They made Dolittle.
Oh.
So they made a movie in 2014. In 2020, I don't know what that production company was doing in like those years.
They're pretty washed
those
already.
6 years, just going like, let's just.
That's
wait.
the second time
They
I
have to
made
do
a Downey joke.
Freakazoid.
I'm
They
not
have to
gonna make it
redo
a third time.
Freakazoid.
They need to.
That
I'm
show
actually
was-
surprised they haven't.
I know. It's
With
a
Jim Carrey?
age of remakes.
He would be a good Freakazoid, but I feel like he's
'Cause
too
it's-
old
he would.
and
It's very masky.
he is very masky. But I feel like
Maybe what's the guy from Silicon Valley?
Which one?
Eric Bachman. I always forget. his
He
name.
would be a very good Freakazoid too, but I don't think he is as hyper.
Michael B. Jordan.
And
'Cause
I
that
think
man
he's
can
in
do anything.
prison.
Is he?
Yeah,
Is he?
you never heard that?
Didn't he just make that movie where they go in the water?
Aquaman?
No, it's out in theaters right now.
I mean, maybe he's out of prison, but he went to prison because he got drunk on a train and got mad at a woman on the train and called the FBI saying the woman had a bomb.
Oh, of course.
And then he got arrested for making a false bomb threat on the train, which had to stop and cause a bunch of problems.
What's his name?
Drunk on the
I don't
Train
know.
should be the name of
I'm
that
drawing
movie.
blanks.
I'm getting drunk
Drunk
on
on
a train. And then he also got arrested because I think he has a drinking problem because he got drunk and fought an Uber driver.
Someone who has your life in their hands.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was driving. I don't know if it was before he got picked up or after. But
You always fight after. You like, you know what? I'm giving you one
I'm
star,
safe
asshole.
now. I'm
And then
safe.
you like
now.
slam it, and then you like, yo, you want to fight? I'm home now. You don't know me. I'm home now. I'm crazy. I feel like you're about to tell me something.
what?
Nah. Yeah.
Who's that actor off of Matrix? What's his name again? Neo.
Keanu Reeves.
Are you serious? Hold on. I'm not.
What's your favorite Keanu Reeves movie?
Matrix or Bill and Ted? I've never seen. I've only seen the first
I like
John
Bill
Wick.
and
I haven't
Ted.
seen the John Wicks. Did you know?
Mine is Speed.
Oh, that's a good one. Matrix 4 and John Wick 4 are coming out on the same day.
Is he in both?
Yeah.
That's fire. So
And-
either way, he's winning.
Yeah, and it's two different studios, so he's winning.
Yeah,
but they're
that's
not.
what I'm saying. He's winning.
And someone I saw say, like, Bill and Ted 3 is supposed to come out this year, and they're like, fuck it. Release it the year after. Put 3 Keanu movies on the same... Three of Keanu's biggest franchises same day. Keanu trilogy.
And then,
Same
like,
day?
see, like, which one
These
goes
Matrix,
the hardest.
Matrix 4 and John Wick 4 are on the same day they come out.
That's
And
funny.
none of them look like they're changing their...
But, literally, like, that'd be a way to, like,
Keanu
see,
everywhere.
like, which Keanu Reeves project was the best one. Like, which one first week box office sales.
I
And
think
to see which one people are most hyped.
it would be John Wick.
I feel
for
like
sure.
it would be
Yeah.
Bill and Ted.
I mean, The Matrix.
I feel
I
like
don't think
just-
people are on The Matrix like that anymore. So.
Yeah, I feel like Matrix has lost its
in the last...
Yeah, I'll go with John Wick.
It was really the first Matrix. The second two weren't that hot. So it's kind of like...
I feel like Bill and Ted.
You're coming off of something that wasn't hot. And Bill and Ted was so long ago.
And Bill and Ted never really like they kind of just it's its own thing. And then the second Bill and Ted didn't really. It wasn't like wow that was way worse than the first one. You were just like that's another good Bill and Ted. So like
I hear John Wick gets better and better. It just gives you more of what you want.
I've never seen. John
I've only
Wick
seen the first,
still.
but
No, you haven't seen John Wick?
I hear they get like they might not be better, but it's like you walk out and
There's
you're
still
like,
a lot
that's
of
what I
like
want.
dope action.
Yeah,
How
that's
many
what I
dogs
wanted.
can he kill? Like
He-
they kill from his?
Yeah, I don't know what the other two were
Yeah.
about. I just know the first one
Is
is
it
his
still
dog
about
guy.
the dog?
Is he still angry about his dog?
Is it gonna be 4
I've seen the
movies
first one. I've seen the second
of
one.
just dog vengeance?
That would be some.
It goes on.
Ask
He goes
Phil.
to the top. He goes.
Ask Phil. Phil is the
John Wick K9 is gonna be the final one.
he is the John Wick man.
John Wick.
Oh, because the K and the John Wick and then 9 is gonna be John Wick 9 and the K and the 9 are gonna be bolted and that's how they finish it.
He goes up to like the
That's
president. He goes to
K9
the
Revenge.
top. He kills the president. He like works his way up this conspiracy
He
just
did
by like
this.
he goes.
He goes after all like. He goes after the kettle who gave him the dog because they were part of the government.
I mean, I have
I'm
this.
just excited for Cyberpunk.
I want that game to come out so bad.
I
With
don't know
another
Cyberpunk is.
Keanu. Keanu's on fire right now.
He's breathtaking.
How long do you think Keanu Reeves is gonna be out here running it?
A while.
He'll be hot for a while. I think he kind of hit his groove. Like I think
Because he just hit this.
Because-
Keanu Reeves.
I think it was he knew what movies he's good for.
Yeah.
Like I think early on was picking a lot of movies that like he knows his strength as an actor now and he knows how to fit it in. And I also hear, and I think a lot of stories are coming out that he's like the nicest guy in the world.
I think that's kind of really what like the memes and stuff like that
Yeah.
that really got him
Yeah.
into people talking about him.
But
Memes almost brought that dude who did Shaggy and the guy who got stabbed in Scary Movie.
Yeah,
They almost brought him back
yeah, they
to relevancy.
yeah. There's a few where
Whatever his name is.
That's like the biggest marketing or of anything.
Yeah.
Meme culture.
Well, I also think Keanu just is a good guy. So, like, there's a lot of stories of him he takes the train. Like, he's
Yeah,
really down to earth. He'll get up for, like, old people or, like, women to sit down. There's, like, stories of him giving up his salary to give it to, like, the stunt teams that don't really make that much. And he's like, you made the movie. Like, John Wick wouldn't be anything without you, so take my money. Like,
Yeah.
and he's just, like, a good guy. He was in Toy Story 4.
He's breathtaking.
He was the Evil Knievel guy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to fucking Keanu Reeves. Do your thing, man.
That guy who screamed that at him is a legend. You're breathtaking.
Who screamed that at him? Is that why you keep saying it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
yes, I remember that.
That was when they were showing
Yes.
Cyberpunk.
I forgot all about that. Yeah,
He was on
it
stage. He's
it
like,
was
it's gonna be
E3. They brought him out to be like, hey, the new Cyberpunk game, guess what character's in there? And
Yeah.
they show, like, Keanu on screen in the game, and he comes out on stage.
And then he talks about it's gonna be breathtaking. Some guy said, "You're breathtaking."
Just went full fangirl on him?
Yeah.
Doesn't he say, like, that?
And he's like, "You're breathtaking. You're all breathtaking."
He just holds his breath in the middle of the stage.
And everyone just gasps.
Well, you want to know the opposite of that? That's like a guy who's doing like this marketing thing to the best. I saw a clip, and it was of Tom Hanks, and apparently Sony put in his contract for like Da Vinci Code or Angels and Demons, like one of the Da Vinci Code movies. You have to go to like CES and like promote our Sony TVs. and he didn't know. And it was like the second time they did that where they snuck something in his contract that you have to do this like marketing thing.
Yeah.
And he was pissed. And he went on stage and I watched it. It's like a 10-minute thing. And he just doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks is just like, I'm here. They kind of made me.
He's like Marshawn Lynch.
His TV's okay.
And he was just like making jokes like,
the Samsung one's better.
you know, like when we watch TVs on anything, especially Sony's, because that's the only TV that exists and nothing else would ever exist except for a Sony because they're making me say this. And like, it's like 10 minutes of him just not caring. He's going off the script. Like,
if I was alone on the island, I would choose a volleyball over a Sony TV. That's the only Tom Hanks reference I can make. I don't
know any Tom Hanks.
I would run across the states for a Sony TV.
What about
I would save Private Ryan from watching anything other than a Sony TV.
Any more?
Stop from growing. Stay a child forever.
Wait.
I
can't think of it.
I would become big so I
That's
can
what I was-
afford a Sony TV. You were setting it up. I had
Hey, look at me. Look at me. Sony's the captain now.
Whose neighborhood is it?
It's
It's
mine.
Sony's neighborhood.
This is Sony's neighborhood.
Oh.
Hey, won't you meet my Sony?
And with that being said, this was the Squackles podcast.
Brought to you by Tom Hanks and Sony TVs. And the letter 4.
Which is funny because Sony
The
is
letter 4.
recording us right now.
It actually is. Bye. Have a beautiful time.
Shout out to Sony.
Hey, you can follow us on Squad Goals on YouTube. And if you're listening to us,
Why do you wave?
and you want to listen to us, go to Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play, or iTunes. I was just waving to fill in the bit. I didn't do the wrap up.
Adios.
And
Bye. Have a beautiful time.
You're all breathtaking.